प्रयत्न करता प्रभु 1 second. हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, दंडवत प्रणाम। आल वरिष्ठ शिल प्रभुपाद। जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी, जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी, जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी, यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन, यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन, यमुना तीरा वनचारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय।
Very nice, Prabhuji. Devotees, now let's recite the glorious Mangalacharan. Anupama Manjari Mataji, you want to recite?
Yes, Hare Krishna. Om Agnanatimirandasya Jnanajnanashalakaya Chakshurumati Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupah Kada Madhya Dadadi Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapada Kamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavancha Shri Rupam Sagar Jhatam Sahagana Raghunatham Tam Sajivam Sadvetam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padana Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakham Nantim Chancha हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधा वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्प वाञ्छाकल्पभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभय एव च पतितानामे पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्दन श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासादित गौरभक्तवृन्द हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण
Hare Krishna, very nice, Mataji. So, devotees, we are now in chapter, obviously the last chapter, conclusion. What is the conclusion? What is the perfection of renunciation? How do we get the perfect stage of Krishna consciousness? And these two, at least 1865, tonight we'll be discussing 1865. And if time permits, also 1866. Many devotees have many favorite verses. All verses are equally powerful. Each and every verse is required in your life at some point of time. These two, personally, I really love. These are my two most favorite verses. Krishna, like a judge in any legal case, the judge would analyze all the facts and then he will give what is called a judgment. That judgment sometimes can be several hundred pages. Sometimes very, very critical cases might be even thousands and thousands of pages. But in the end, there is a verdict. The verdict would say whether what is right, what is wrong, what need to be done. He will just give it in the last paragraph, what need to be done. He'll talk about all the different aspects concerning the case, and finally, the verdict. So like that, we can consider this verse as the verdict, this and the next verse. What we have been hearing so far, how to be a good karma yogi, how to be a good jnana yogi, right? We have to have knowledge also. Everything we have to work together. If we just say that I'm going to serve Krishna, but we don't do anything physically. So far we are physically able to do it, we should do. Otherwise, there will come a stage when our body may not allow us to do certain things. Then you can do even by your mind. But that is very highest level of Krishna consciousness. And again, that's if you are physically able to do it, do it. For example, you have to prepare bhoga for Krishna, do it. If your body allows, you do it. You have to chant, japa you have to do for Krishna. You have to do that, Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela. These are the 4 types. You can always do something. You can either, chant, which we do. Our main philosophy is chanting, Nama. Rupa is also very important. When we get an opportunity, go to the temple or even sit in your puja room. You just look at take the darshan of the Lord. That's not a picture. Once if you have accepted Krishna in your heart, wherever you see Krishna, it's Krishna only. It's not different. Nama and Krishna Rupa is not different for Krishna. For material bodies like us, Nama and Rupa may not be the same. If somebody says Suresh or Sridhama, there could be hundreds of Sridhama. The body is different, name is different, but not Krishna. Krishna's name and his Rupa, his Guna, his Leela are all together. Just so chanting is very good. So now Krishna is saying, after he has taught us so many philosophies, the 3 modes of material nature, the dualities, the do's and don'ts, many doctrines of, karma yoga, jnana yoga, ashtanga yoga, dhyana yoga, what to understand, and the entire 18th chapter, what to do and what not to do, and how we are affected by the 3 modes of nature under each one, our thoughts, our activities. So finally, he's saying, what is the point? I think in one of our discussion, I don't know who was this. What is the ultimate purpose? Actually, the ultimate purpose is eternal. It's not one goal. In material, we want to work very hard. I want to become a manager. I want to become a director. I want to become the managing director. I want to become the CEO. I want to become the absolute boss of the entity. But here, it's an eternal position. What is that? Become Krishna's devotee. That's the eternal thing. So let us read this. Next verse is also very, very important. I hope we can read both of them tonight because these are very related. So who can read? How about our Ruby Mataji? You want to begin, Mataji?
Here, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna devotees, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mama namaskuru mamevasyasi satyam te pratijane priyosi me.
Haribol. Very nice, Mataji. 2 more devotees.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I can read.
Please.
Bhagavad Gita 18.65, just Srila Prabhupada. मन्मना भव मद्भक्तो मत्याजी मम नमस्कुरु मम इवस्यसि सत्यं ते प्रतिजाने प्रियोऽसि मे. Back to you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Very nice, Mataji. How about one from Prabhu?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandat Pranam.
Shall we ask? Go ahead, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji, sorry, Prabhuji, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just thinking, Raghu Prabhu, if you want to try or.
Yeah, I can try, Prabhu. Thank you. Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mamevasyasi satyam te pratijane priyosi me.
Very nice, Prabhu. Devotees, who can read the synonyms and translation? Maybe Sheetal Mataji? Is she here or here?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yeah, sure. I can try. Matmana, thinking of me. Bhava, just become. Mat Bhakta, my devotee. Mat Yaji, my worshipper. Mama, unto me. Namaskuru, offer your obeisances. Mama, unto me. Eva, certainly. Esasi, you will come. Satyam, truly. Te, to you. Pratigyane, I promise. Priya, dear. Asi, you are. Me, to me. Translation: always think of me, become my devotee, worship me, and offer your homage unto me. Thus you will come to me without fail. I promise you this because you are my very dear friend. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Very nice reading, Mataji. Very good. Devotees, very powerful verse. There are 700 verses in Bhagavad Gita. If we do just this verse, if we can follow, in my thinking, we would have followed Bhagavad Gita. So let's read the purport. Let's see. Sunita Mataji, you want to read the purport?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna to dear devotees. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The most confidential part of knowledge is that one should become a pure devotee of Krishna and always think of him and act for him. One should not become an official meditator. Life should be so molded that one will always have the chance to think of Krishna. One should always act in such a way that all his daily activities are in connection with Krishna. He should arrange his life in such a way that throughout the 24 hours he cannot but think of Krishna. And the Lord's promise is that anyone who is in such a pure Krishna consciousness will certainly return to the abode of Krishna, where he will be engaged in the association of Krishna face to face. This most confidential part of knowledge is spoken to Arjuna because he is the dear friend of Krishna. Everyone who follows the path of Arjuna can become a dear friend to Krishna and obtain the same perfection as Arjuna.
Very nice, Mataji. Very good reading.
Thank you.
Let's see. I think Anand Prabhu, you wanted to read, right?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. These words stress that one should concentrate his mind upon Krishna, the very form with two hands carrying a flute, the bluish boy with a beautiful face and peacock feathers in his hair. There are descriptions of Krishna found in Brahma Samhita and other literatures. One should fix his mind on this original form of Godhead, Krishna. One should not even divert his attention to other forms of the Lord. The Lord has multi forms as Vishnu, Narayana, Rama, Varaha, etc. But A devotee should concentrate his mind on the form that was present before Arjuna. Concentration of the mind on the form of Krishna constitutes the most confidential part of knowledge. And this is disclosed to Arjuna because Arjuna is the most dear friend of Krishna.
Very nice, Prabhu. Why not we do this? Let's take some comment from Sunita Mataji, and then you can also share, Prabhu. Sunita Mataji, you want to share something on your first paragraph?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Here, Prabhupada is explaining that the pure Krishna consciousness is to think of Krishna all the time and act for Krishna. Like you already mentioned, Prabhuji, like, oh, if you are cooking, cook for Krishna. If you are singing, sing for Krishna. If you are working, give the results to Krishna. In a way like that, if you practice Krishna consciousness 24 hours a day and in a year, like Krishna promised that whoever whoever practicing pure Krishna consciousness, Krishna will make sure us remember at our end of death, and he will take us to Krishna abode, Prabhuji, and where we can serve and associate with Krishna face to face. So this most confidential part is Krishna told to Arjuna, because of Krishna is very Arjuna is very dear to Krishna, so that's the reason he told that confidential part. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah. Very nice, Mataji. You have nicely summarized. Very nicely. Anand Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhuji, like Mataji explained, Prabhuji, to add a few things to that. So basically, Lord Krishna is assuring Arjuna, Prabhu, here, by following this path of, thinking of Krishna, becoming a devotee of Krishna, and worshipping Krishna, and finally we have to the practice surrender. We have to surrender to Krishna. So basically, here he is assuring Arjuna with the if we surrender to him with devotion and completely making Krishna as our ultimate God, and surrendering him to him, Prabhu, and then he is promising, Prabhu, promising that Krishna himself using a word called promise is not a small thing, Prabhu, right? So we can ultimately attain him, Prabhu. We can attain to union with him. And also this verse is significant because, Prabhu, is Krishna is not only instructing Arjuna, but he is giving us an entire world. He is saying the same thing. If you do all this, you will be the dearest person to me, and then you can attain me. You can come to me. He is promising, Prabhuji. With my minimal knowledge, this is what I'm understanding, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Very good, Prabhu. Very nice. Krishna is saying, I'm telling you this, I promise you this because you are my very dear friend. This has been already established. Can somebody quote where it was established? The fact that one should be a devotee and a friend. There is a very nice verse also. Anyone want to try? Anyhow, chapter 4, verse number 3. Bhakto sime saka cheti. Meaning, Krishna, already in chapter 4, he has explained that who can really understand this? One who is a devotee, and then he becomes a friend. There are many ways, you can, in a dasya, in a sakya, there are so many processes of bhakti. But you have to have that, what do you call, the devotion. That is the best. Krishna is suggesting that. And not only in this one, again in 9, I think it is 9:31, I believe. Name Bhakta Pranasyati. My devotees will never get perished at all. No problem will come to them. So these are all very, very special guarantees given by Krishna. We live on guarantees. Every time somebody has to guarantee us something, my job, do we have a guarantee? The boss might say, yeah, don't worry, I'll try to, keep you, or something like that. Then do we have a guarantee that all our, whatever investment we did, will it stay? We don't know. But somebody, the investment broker says, don't worry at all, I'll take care of it. Those are all some kind of a promises. But are they eternal? Can they sustain? No. We see that in material world, there is no guarantee at all. Is there a guarantee we will live tomorrow? No guarantee at all. But Krishna's guarantee is very, very important, devotees. This is if you want to believe in a guarantee, if you want to believe in a promise, this is the promise you have to always remember. And what are we remembering here, devotees? 4 things we are remembering. This is the essence of Bhagavad Gita. Always think of me. Surrender the mind. Manmana bhava. Surrender your mind. When you surrender your mind, you will always think about me. That is what think about Krishna. So surrendering your mind, manmana bhava mat bhakta. Become his devotee, Krishna's devotee. 4 things. Surrender your mind, become Krishna's devotee, worship him, and offer namaskuru, obeisance to him, which we do all the time. So this is the essence, devotee. We have read 700, almost 700. We are going to get very close, another 10 verse maybe. So we have to develop, by this time, we should have a very clear understanding of how to meditate upon Krishna all the time. Is it possible? Again, even in this material world, it has been proven that it is possible. Like a mother would always keep thinking about her children and family. Whatever work she is doing, she might be doing unlimited chores. And in a modern world, they may be working also. But even at work, they are thinking about their family, their son, their daughter, how, and are they doing a good job? Everywhere they do a good job. So it is possible. We can think about Krishna and do it. Lovers, when they are in love, in the Indian movies, Bollywood movies, we might have seen. They are singing songs after song. They cannot live without each other. All the time thinking about the lover. Is it possible? It is possible. So here the only thing is that we have to attach our mind to Krishna. That's what he's saying. Once if we do that, he says, I promise you, what better do we need, devotees? This is the best thing that can happen. In Bhagavatam, it is said that there is a verse, I believe, Nigama kalpataro galitam phalam, meaning this Shastra, all this wonderful Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, it's like a kalpavriksha. You stand, you ask anything, you will get it. There is that in the spiritual world. There is a Kamadhenu, there is a kalpavriksha, anything you want. But at that time, nobody will ask, you won't go to Goloka Vrindavan and ask, can I get some money I need? No. Money has got no meaning. Your beauty has got no meaning. Why? Because everybody is only interested in Krishna and serving Krishna. Why? That is what is the soul is looking for. It wants the perfect happiness. That the soul will get only by surrendering to Krishna, thinking about Krishna all the time, and do devotional service. So this from Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, Galitam Phalam, what is the phalam, the outcome you are going to get? We can ask anything. In Bhagavatam, you can ask, I want to be always young and enjoy. It will give you a story, episode. Yayati, he wanted to always be young and enjoy all sense gratification. Many thousands of years. In the end, he says it's useless. This will not give me happiness at all. The only happiness is surrender at the lotus feet of Krishna. So we understand that now, right? So like this, you want money, there is an episode for money also. You want to do yajna, there is an episode for yajna. But ultimately, everything, the essence of all the Shastra is to surrender to Krishna, understand Him, become His devotee, and take shelter at this lotus feet. Bhagavatam has got 18,000 verses. The final verse is Nama Sankirtana Yasya Sarva Papa Pranasana. After reading all 18,000 verses, what is the ultimate verdict? Do Nama Sankirtana. That's it. Take Nama Sankirtana means what? Again, Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela, everything combined. In Kali Yuga, the best thing is that Nama, Harinama Sankirtana. That is the best yajna. Everything is under that. In the previous yugas, maybe, Vishnu, Krishna used to just appear. The devotees are doing yajna, Vishnu will appear. We are not so purified in this particular yuga, Kali Yuga. So for us, the biggest asset, biggest strength, despite all the destruction in Kali Yuga, the biggest strength is Nama Sankirtan. That is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, he came 500 years ago. He came as he displayed as a devotee only. How to think about Krishna all the time, how to chant his name. That is how this entire Sankirtana movement, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given, and our Guru, Jagat Guru, Srila Prabhupada has given it only because of their mercy, all the Acharya's mercy. And Krishna himself has come as a devotee and shown us what else can we ask for it. Devotees, our Shastras, our Puranas, our Itihas is not like other Puranas. Here, the God himself comes and illustrates. That's the beauty of our Shastra, Itihas. Lord Rama came, Lord Krishna came. Narasimha Bhagavan appeared. Like this, every episode, they himself, they demonstrate what need to be done. So we learn from that. We don't need other. Of course, we have so many acharyas and gurus and sadhus have also performed. But the ultimate personality, himself coming and performing. So what better can we ask for it? Krishna is here in front of Arjuna. So he has given this instruction. And the best thing is that Krishna is saying, always think of me. Devotees, why not we take a couple more comments and then we can also discuss a little more about the next verse. Vashwati Mataji, Raghu Prabhu, our Subal Prabhu, Arjuna Prabhu. Why are you silent, Prabhu? Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu Nandavat Pranam, all glory to Srila Prabhupada. I was just reflecting on what you were saying. So, basically, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he's so merciful because back in any other yugas, this chanting of the holy name was not possible because it was they had to go into deep meditation for years and years. If you see Kadama Muni, he meditated for 10,000 years to see the Lord. So the Lord, he was so happy. He actually cried in the I forgot the lake, but Bindu Sarovar Lake, because he was so happy, to see. And even the Lord came as a kid, um, when he had a child. But Lord Chaitanya, he's so sweet. He's like the sweetest of the sweet because he's trying to give the highest, the Maha Mantra, to the lowest, to us, because we're Kali Yuga creatures here. So basically, right now we are in the world of massive distractions. Everybody's distracted by Mahamaya because it's so many things going on: the news, the weather, politics, what's going on in India, everything but Krishna consciousness. Everything, it's like this time that we have here is so short, so limited, but and the human form of life too. So they, like, the people who are not devotees, they have the saying like, you only live once, like YOLO, which is kind of stupid, because the problem is they don't really know. They don't know almost anything. So I was just talking to another devotee, and the thing is like, if you see other religions, they don't really teach them like anything. It's not that they're wrong, because their main focus is love of God. It's just that it's incomplete. So if we go into the Shastra, we can go back 10,000 years. We can go back even millions of years, because the thing is like, that's why it's called the eternal religion, Sanatana Dharma. So Lord Chaitanya, he's the most magnanimous, because he's like, even though Krishna, to attain Krishna, you had to be extremely, extremely like surrender, pure. Lord Chaitanya, he's trying to give us love, like pure love, and the to do the yoga system, it's very complicated, because you had to dominate all the yogas. But right now, bhakti is the yoga of love. So we want to fall in love with Krishna. We want to say, I love you, Krishna. I want you. I want to be with you. I want to serve you. I want to see your beautiful face. Like Krishna, he's an amazing personality. We want to fall in love with Krishna. And with his devotees and his pastimes and his features. It's such an amazing thing. But if I keep talking, I'll probably talk the whole night. So I'll let somebody else talk. Hare Krishna.
Haribol, very nice, Prabhu. You're very well nicely reflected. Yeah. Srila Prabhupada used to say, if you really want to see Krishna, just chant. Think about Krishna all the time. Once if your chanting becomes pure, you will be able to see Krishna. This many devotees had asked Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada, can we really see Krishna? He said that yes, you can. Everybody can see Krishna. But in this Kali Yuga, you have to begin with his name, which is also Krishna only. It's a form. Nama is also a form, sound, vibration. Once if you perfect that, you will see his Rupa also. His Satchitananda Rupa also, Shama Sundara, you will be able to see that. So that is the beauty of all these chanting devotees. And we know Srila Prabhupada is again very merciful. He has given us this format. Now we have to just work towards it. That's it. We have the association. We have some knowledge. We have the intelligence. Krishna has given us all the tools. We are able to see. We are able to talk. Everything is available. Why not take up Krishna consciousness? This is the best moment, because we don't know what's going to happen in the future. And what is the future? Future is next moment. Nobody knows what will happen next moment. So devotees, I know we have quite a few more thoughts also, but let us also please read the next verse. Very important. But there is, in my thinking, devotees pay even more attention to 1865 than even 1866. Because why? Krishna is talking about, again, this is also a promise. He's talking about moksha, which is applicable to everybody. If you ask anybody who is a little bit interested in spirituality, he would say, I want self-realization, moksha. What is moksha? Getting away from this material condition. How do you go out of this material condition? The three modes, duality, everything, attachment, everything. Once if you do that, that is, you become, you come to know your constitutional, quality, that who you are, then you understand your eternity. So let us read this, devotees. Who can read it? Three
Hare
devotees
Krishna.
can. Yeah,
Hare
please.
Krishna. सर्वधर्म परित्याज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वा सर्वपापेभ्यो मोक्षायस्यामि मा शुचः. Hare Krishna.
Very nice, Mataji. Devotees, two more.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Go ahead, Mataji, after you.
सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वां सर्वपापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः. हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी.
Very nice, Mataji. Anand Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Praman. सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वां सर्वपापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः.
Very nice. Okay, now who can read synonym and translation? Sheetal Mataji, Bhashati Mataji, Raghu Prabhu, Arjuna, please take turn.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Sure.
Hare Krishna devotees, and Pranam, all goes to Sri Prabhupada. Synonyms: Sarvadharman, all varieties of religion. Prityaja, boundary. Mam, onto. Me, ekam, only. Saranam, for surrender. Raja, go. Aham, I. Tvam, you. Sarva, all. Papepya, from sinful reactions. Mokshasyami, will deliver. Ma, do not. Sucha, worry. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Very nice, Prabhu. Purport.
I can read for you if it's okay.
Okay.
Okay. The Lord has described various kinds of knowledge and processes of religion: knowledge of the Supreme Brahman, knowledge of the Super Soul, knowledge of different types of orders and status of life, knowledge of the renounced order of life, knowledge of non-attachment, sense and mind control, meditation, etc. He has described so many ways different types of religion. Now, in summarizing Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says that Arjuna should give up all processes that have been explained to him. He should simply surrender to Krishna. That surrender will save him from all kinds of sinful reactions, for the Lord personally promised to protect him. In the 7th chapter, it was said that only one who has become free from all sinful reactions can take to the worship of Lord Krishna. Thus, one may think that unless he is free from all sinful reactions, he cannot take to the. He cannot. Oh man. Okay, I see it. He cannot take to the surrendering process to such doubts. It is here said that even if one is free from all sinful reactions simply by the process of surrendering to Sri Krishna, he is automatically freed. There is no need of strenuous effort to free oneself from sinful reactions. One should unhesitatingly accept Krishna as the supreme savior of all living entities with faith and love. One should surrender unto him. The process of surrendering to Krishna is described in the Hari Bhakti Vilas 11.676.
Okay. Prabhu, can another devotee read? He'll get an opportunity to read. This is very important also. Who can read? Maybe Bhashpati Mataji, you want to read?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Sure, Prabhuji. The process of surrender to Krishna is described in the Hari Bhakti Bilas 11.676. Anukullasya sankalpa pratikulasya bharjanam rakshishyatiti visvaso गोप्त्रभ्ये वरणं तथा आत्मनिक्षेपकर्पण्ये सद्विधा शरणागति. According to the devotional process, one should simply accept such religious principles that will lead ultimately to the devotional service of the Lord. One may perform a particular occupational duty according to his position in the social order, but if by executing his duty one does not come to the point of Krishna consciousness, all his activities are in vain. Anything that does not lead to the perfectional stage of Krishna consciousness should be avoided. One should be confident that in all circumstances, Krishna will protect him from all difficulties. There is no need of thinking how one should keep the body and soul together. Krishna will see to that. One should always think himself helpless and should consider Krishna the only basis for his progress in life. As soon as one seriously engages himself in devotional service to the Lord in full Krishna consciousness, at once he becomes freed from all contamination of material nature. There are different processes of religion and purificatory processes by cultivation of knowledge, meditation in the mystic yoga system, etc. But one who surrenders unto Krishna does not have to execute so many methods. That simple surrender unto Krishna will save him from unnecessarily wasting time. One can thus make all progress at once and be freed from all sinful reactions.
Very nice, Mataji. Sheetal Mataji, you want to read this paragraph?
Yeah, sure, Prabhuji. I can read this. And before I start reading, I have the what all the Doha is there. I have heard so much of time with like from you, like Mamekam Sharanam Prabhade. So I just like to bring up this point because so many times we have discussed this sloka in between and explain about it. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Okay, let me start reading. One should be attached by the beautiful vision of Krishna. His name is Krishna because he is all attractive. One who becomes attracted by the beautiful, all powerful, omnipotent vision of Krishna is fortunate. There are different kinds of transcendentalists. Some of them are attached to the impersonal Brahman vision, some of them are attached by the super soul features, etc. But one who is attracted to the personal feature of the supreme personality of Godhead and all above, one who is attracted by the supreme personality of Godhead as Krishna himself is the most perfect transcendentalist. In the other words, devotional services to Krishna in full consciousness is the most confidential part of knowledge, and this is the essence of the whole Bhagavad Gita. Karma yogis, empiric philosophers, mystics, and devotees are also called transcendentalists. But one who is pure devotee is the best of all. The particular words used here, ma sukha, don't fear, don't hesitate, don't worry, are very significant. One may be perplexed as how one can give, sorry, one can give up all kinds of religious forms and simply surrender unto Krishna, but such worries is useless. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. I think this sloks remind me so many times you have gone through this sloka in between of the other chapters as well. So please explain more about this sloka, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Yeah, Haribol Mataji. Very nice reading. Thank you. Yeah, devotees, this is what Krishna is saying is that there are so many dharmas. It doesn't mean whatever Krishna has said in all the previous chapters, they are all irrelevant. It doesn't mean like that. But the ultimate, again, after you hearing about all the dharmas, we have a dharma in our family, we have a yuga dharma, we have a dharma for the county, for the state, for the city, for the federal. There are so many different laws. They're all also dharma. Dharma means what? The code of conduct, right? So Krishna is saying that you understand all those things, that is good, but the best way to implement that is surrender to Krishna. If you surrender to Krishna, you would have fulfilled all the dharmas. How many dharmas can you fulfill? How can you be a good family holder? How can you be a good mother? How can you be a good father? That is also a dharma. How can you be a good employee? Many of us are working. Are we doing a really good job? Are we really working karmanya ivadikaraste without any expectation? How do we do that? It's all very difficult. How are we dealing with our neighbors? That is also dharma. Are you being a good citizen? Even with traffic, are you following all the traffic law properly? There are so many things. Dharma is a very, very, huge, almost infinite subject matter. So how can we perfect? Krishna is talking about perfection, right? Even in the previous one, Manmana Bhava Madbhaktu, all the time think about how can we do that? The best thing is that when we surrender ourselves to Him, then you would have automatically followed. You have automatically satisfied all the other requirements. You don't need anything. That is the beauty of Krishna consciousness. Honestly, if you look at it, you want to become a good human being, you want to become a cleaner human being, you want to become more purified, you want to become more energetic, you want to become more enthusiastic. Is there a school or college you can go and become like that? I want to become the cleanest person, or I want to become the most enthusiastic person. Unfortunately, they're saying that. Come to our school, we'll teach you how to be enthusiastic, how to control anger management, how to become an expert in management skill. But it's not working. We are seeing the Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi is still there. People are suffering, still suffering. So how do we cross all those things? Only by surrendering to Krishna. And Krishna is saying, if you do that, another promise, two promises, one after another. Moksha isami ma suchaha. Suchaha means do not worry. Amazing. Who is there in this world, devotees, who will say, do not worry? There is nobody right now. Maybe chat GPT, you can ask some question, it will say, okay, this is my answer. But really, there is nobody who can really help us. Think about Draupadi. Draupadi was a very, very powerful personality. Just not the wife of the Pandavas. See, by her herself, she was very, very powerful. But even she could not, her husbands could not help her. The Maharathis, the entire kingdom was witnessing that none of them could help. The Bhishma Pitama, who had taken complete vow to protect Dharma, he could not, save Draupadi. That was his Dharma, to save Draupadi. But none of them could do it. Only Krishna could do that. Why? Ultimately, she surrendered. She tried with everybody else. Who can save me? But nobody could do anything. So we understand that the best thing for devotees are very intelligent. So they know that instead of doing it after 1,000 years and after so many miseries, why not I do that right now? Now again, devotees, this does not mean that you will not do any work. I have just surrendered to Krishna. I'm not going to do any more work for tomorrow. No, surrendering to Krishna is that this is the perfection of renunciation. You have to do everything, surrender all those activities to Krishna. That is what is surrendering. Bhagavad Gita is not about not working. It's always about doing, working for Krishna. Srila Prabhupada has mentioned this many times. We have to learn how to work for Krishna. So let us take a couple more comments, devotees, and then I want to show a slide. How to become what is the devotee? What can we do? There is a Navavidha Bhakti, and there is also 5 different moods of Bhakti. We'll very briefly look into that. But before then, why not we take a couple of comments? Raghu Prabhu, Ruby Mataji.
Yeah, I can comment. So in the middle of the purport here, Prabhupada has quoted Hari Bhakti Vilasa, and he has given the process of surrendering. So first one, Anukulyasya Sankalpa. Do all the things that whatever is favorable in advancing in Krishna consciousness and bhakti. That's first one. We can elaborate on each one, but I won't do at this point. Pratikulasya Varjana. So reject all those things that are not favorable. And we can think of any number of things. So we have a lot of sense gratification and so on. So we have got to reject all those. And then Rakshasya Titi, which was so. So we got to have the conviction that the Lord will do the raksha, He'll protect us under all circumstances and all situations. And then next one is Gopatritve Varnam Tata. So here, again, we have to work for a living, but we are also required to uh, surrender to the Lord and constantly think of Him. So when we do that, we got to have the confidence that He is going to be maintaining us all the time. And the true devotees, like we have seen the sannyasi who came last week, and that's all he was talking about. Krishna Katha, every word that was coming out with that's it. And he goes around and preaches, and he's still taking care of his body. So that's a level. It's unbelievable to see him last week. And then Atman Nikeshapa Karpanye. That is again dependence on the Lord, uh, and all our activities and our desires are dependent on the Lord, not the desires that we try to, our selfish desires, but our desires are the service to the Lord. And Sadvida Sarangati, uh, here, Sadvita, no, yeah, Sadvita Sarangati, the humility. Uh, the Lord is, He is powerful and merciful, and we are just, uh, so we have to be humble. We are the servants. He's the master. So as a servant has to show a lot of humility. So those are some of the things I wanted to say. Thank you, Ravi.
Very nice, Prabhuji. Even if you follow us, Prabhuji very nicely explained, just the first two, Anukulasya Sankalpa, Pratikulasya Varjan. If you do what is Anukulasya? Do only thing that is favorable to Krishna. And don't do anything. All the anarthas, just, reject them. Pratikulasya Varjanam. What is not in favorable of Krishna consciousness, whatever is not in favor of Krishna, just reject them. Devotees, one main thing, Srila Prabhupada used to mention, many acharyas have mentioned, senior devotees have mentioned, the devotees are not here even really concerned about moksha isyami. We are not really even thinking about moksha. What we are really concentrating all the time, manmana bhava madbhakti. All the time, I just want to be a devotee of Krishna. I don't want anything else. Moksha, that is Krishna. If he gives, he gives. I am not even worried about it. Like a child is not really worried. Child just want the parents. So it's very important that Sarva Dharman So devotees, before we end, I just wanted to show one quick couple of slides. So how do we do the Anukulasya Sankalpa, devotees? Krishna himself has given 9 different process of devotional service. Can somebody read this, devotees?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Ruby Mataji, go ahead.
Sravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Das. Prabhuji.
Yes, sorry, that's not, it been cut off. I apologize.
Okay.
But anyway, we can continue. Dasyam.
Dasya Atmanivedana.
Dasyam, Sakhyam.
Sakhyam Atmanivedanam.
Very good. Very nice, Mataji. So these so many types you can do devotional service. Anything you want. Shravanam, just listen all the time about Katha, Krishna Katha, Kirtans, hearing from Srila Prabhupada. Many Guru Maharaj, when they are honoring their prasadam, they will not really speak with anybody. They'll just turn on Srila Prabhupada's lecture. They'll be just listening. So Kirtanam, which we do, Kirtanam is glorification. Smaranam, meditate upon Krishna. Padasevanam, all these are all available, devotees. In ISKCON Tampa, right now in Tampa, all these 9 things are available. Okay. So when just again, the first three, even if you can do it, that itself is great. If you can just listen, Shravanam, Kirtanam, and Smaranam, that's it. We don't have to do anything more, honestly. So with that, one more slide. Let us see what happened. No, not this one. What happened to the other slide? I don't know. I had one more slide about the five mood of bhakti, like the Shanta. Can somebody say what are the five? Dasya, Sakya, same thing, almost like similar. Then Vatsalya. Then we follow what is called Madhurya mood. Right? So there are so many, because each one of us are different. Even though we are the soul, part and parcel of Krishna, we all come up with different flavor. One likes Shravanam very much. One likes like Kirtanam very much. Doesn't matter. But do it with, Manmana Bhava Mad Bhakto, in full Krishna consciousness, surrendering to Krishna. So devotees, what do you all think about these two verses? Very important. I'm always, these are my two most favorite verses. Anand Prabhu, any final thoughts? Ruby Mataji, anything?
Yeah, Prabhuji, very nice verses. And you told in the beginning, you told this is the verdict of the total, Bhagavad Gita. This is the main verse. This is the key verse. So, like those two verses, like 18.65 and 66. So, yes, Prabhu is very nice. And in this verse, in 18.66, one word Lord Krishna has guaranteed, like Masucha, if you are following my instructions, then do not fear. He is giving the guarantee. Really, this is very like very good assurance to us. If you are doing bhakti, if you are in Krishna consciousness path, always in Krishna consciousness, then Lord will protect us. And also, Prabhuji, I want to add, recently I was hearing one lecture of His Grace Amarendra Prabhu. He was mentioning like the Navadha Bhakti, if you are doing kirtan or if you are doing bhajan or kirtan, chanting, then you are covering all the bhaktis, all the if you are doing kirtan, then you are listening. That is like Shravanam. Then Kirtanam, because Shravanam Kirtanam. Then Padasevanam, if you are doing Kirtan, then you are also doing the Padaseva of Lord through your Kirtan, through your mood, through your bhav. And Archanam, you are doing the Archana through your Kirtan. And Bandhanam, you are doing the Bandhana through your Kirtan. So means Kirtan, the essence is chanting is very important. Not means sometimes he was mentioning, it's not like you are singing in very beautiful voice or very beautiful raga. That's not a thing. So sometimes we feel, we are not singing well, but that is not important. The importance Prabhuji was mentioning about the mood. So if we're in the surrender mood, doing this kirtan or doing the chanting, then you are covering all these kinds of bhakti.
Yeah, very good, Mataji. Yeah, absolutely.
And
Krishna
one thing, sorry, Prabhuji.
No, go ahead, Mataji.
And there is another thing for these verses, for those verses, the Prahlad Maharaj is the best example. Whatever problem he has, Hiranyakasipu, his father, was giving lots of problems. He was torturing, but still he always remember the Supreme Lord. He always, his mood was always, means he was always surrendering to the Supreme Lord. So Lord protect him. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Yes, absolutely, Mataji. Nobody could have faced more obstacles than Prahlad, Bhakta Prahlad. And by whom? By his own father. So, and as Mataji was saying, he just said everything belongs to Lord Hari, Lord Krishna. So whatever Lord Krishna wants me to do, I'll just do it. So that is the mood we should accept devotees. Krishna himself says, Satatam Kirtayanto Mam. Kirtana, again, as Mataji was explaining, it did not, literally meaning the Kirtanam, but everything is Kirtana. Preparing Boga is also Kirtana. The deity worship is Kirtana. Deity decoration is Kirtana. Cleaning the puja room is Kirtana. Everything, is Kirtana. So that is what is, Sarva Dharman Parityajya. That is what is Manmana Bhava Mad Bhakti. Whatever you do, think about Krishna. Then you become, automatically you'll become his devotee. You will start worshipping him. Everything that is Krishna's instruction for you. I know, Shyam Prasad Prabhuji, you wanted to say something. Please go ahead. We'll conclude after you have spoken.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji. This sloka, Sarvadharman Parityajya Mamekam, I always remember in my heart, Prabhuji, always. And also I taught to my children also when they were 6 years, 8 years old. So that Bhagavad Gita has protected our entire our family, Prabhu. As on today, we are living in US, 3 to 4 houses also. Lord Sri Krishna's mercy, and also to meet like you were all devotees. I always remember this shloka, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna.
Very nice, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Devotees, these are very powerful, two very, very important, very, very instructive. The final conclusion is to become devotee of Krishna, think about him all the time and worship him. That's it. Which we are doing it. We'll try to do more and more every day, advance. Krishna consciousness is not about being stagnant. Just become one place, oh, I'm chanting. No, you chant more happiness. Everybody wants more and more happiness. That's what is Krishna consciousness. Devotees, we shall conclude here right now, and tomorrow we'll resume. We got about another 10 more verses, I believe. So I think tomorrow maybe our Raghu Prabhu will very nicely lead and guide us. With that, devotees, Vancha Kalpatarubhishya Kripa Sindhubhya Icha Patitanam Bhavanabhyo Vaishnavabhyo Namo. All glories to the assembled devotees.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna.
Dandavat
Hare
Pranam
Krishna.
Prabhuji and Mataji.
Krishna.
Hare
Thank you, Prabhu.
Krishna. Thank you so much.